rise, baby. What up? Wake the fuck up. It's 6 o'clock in the goddamn evening. You shouldn't be asleep. What the hell up, everyone? How are you doing? It's the Doug Rice Show. It's as good as it gets. How's everybody? 6 p.m. I've been away. I am back. Yeah, baby. What you doing? What y'all doing? Oh, I know what you're doing. You're doing the same damn thing I'm doing, getting shocked and shaken by the Donald Trump, baby. What? You know this boy reached for the damn steering wheel. Boy, Secret Service had to put hands on him. And the boy reached for the secret throat. Man, look, D is down for the business. D was down for whatever. D was serious as a goddamn heart attack. And the shit was impressive. I'm sorry. The shit's impressive. The guy's shown me he's committed like they read about. Damn! And the shit's coming out about him, you know, unhinged. And they want him back. But his points went up about a notch or two with me. When I heard he wanted to go down there and make speeches, new folks was armed and told him to let him come on in. They ain't here to hurt me. Boy, DT is on point. What a day. Aside from that, the January 6th committee, just revelation after revelation after revelation. And I think we all know it's safe to say that nothing will become. No one will be punished who needs to be punished. And Ghislaine Maxwell, she got 20 years. 20 years. She got 20 years for trafficking underage girls. Epstein killed in prison. All the dudes doing the fucking, not a fucking day in jail. Damn, boy, that's power right there. That's some power. How's everybody doing? Friday! That's what day was, time is. Right on. That's Doug Rice. That's what I do. 6:02 in the evening. You know what I do. You know what it's about. You know what I do. I peruse the black news just for you. But first, we got to talk about some shit, man. Yes, we do. Because I got to give you a little narration before the conflagration of black news. I gotta at least tell you a few things. And this evening, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, Hebrews, tonight's topic today, what we will discuss, it stems from what I have observed for the better part of a few days past. As time progresses, as prophecy begins to be fulfilled, I look upon them, and what do you see? What do you see? What do you see? I'll tell you what I see. I see walking contradictions, feeding on fear. That's tonight's discussion. That's what we're going to open with. We're going to talk about the obvious. We're going to talk about what's slapping everyone in the face. We're going to talk about how it engulfs the CRT of it all. We're going to talk about how the abortion right of it all just encompasses the obviosity of walking contradictions, feeding on fear. That's what they're doing now. They're feeding on fear. And it's got them by the fucking throat. You know it, man. It goes down hard. You know, there's no washing down fear with Folgers. No, that's not good. Yeah, I didn't like that either. Folgers is good shit, though. Y'all drink some of this shit. Stay up, all right? That's what they're doing. They're walking contradictions. They contradict themselves everywhere, every which way, every how, every possible contradiction that they can muster up about themselves, about us, about their circumstances, about our circumstances, about who they are, about who we are. It's all one big fucking contradiction. It's Oppositeville. And they're living a fucking nightmare right now. because they have everybody believing that, Roe v. Wade being overturned is going to be just a monster on black women. Bullshit. That's a contradiction. No. The abortion issue has always been a white issue. It's not ours. It's the abortion in itself, the whole right to, was designed to decimate the numbers of Negroes in this country, and instead, too many folks took advantage of the services of killing fetuses at just stratospheric numbers, and it's just emaciated and decimated the numbers of those who have a fear of being replaced. You're not being replaced. You're not fucking. And when you do, and you get pregnant, you kill. And now they've taken that option from you. But you say it's a threat to our community. Bullshit, contradiction. Not a threat to our community. No, I don't believe that. I believe, if black women start having a lot of babies, there might be who knows what happens to the law if that happens, right? Feeding on fear. Dear God, I ain't never seen a group of motherfuckers claiming to be superior feed on more fear in a sit down in my entire goddamn life. You sell fear. You breathe it. You eat it. You breathe it. You just excrete it. You piss it. You shit it. You live in fear. And I'll tell you something about this fear thing. Let me tell you the use of the fear they live in. It's a tool. It's an absolute goddamned tool. It's used and is a perfect excuse for all the horrible things that they want to do. Not simply to one another, but to us. If they wrap what they do in the guise of I was afraid, there seems to be an excuse. Stand your ground. It's based on the fear they promote, they live, they breathe, they eat. And pretty soon that fear and that contradiction is going to turn toward us. And I rue the day when en masse the fear that is prompting these individuals to take horrific steps to satiate their schadenfreude. That need to express that violence. Remember, we're talking about a warlike group of individuals that for some reason has this thirst to hurt, to kill. And the contradiction of it all, telling others that there's no resolution through violence. Oh, nothing can be accomplished through violence. Telling everyone who will listen to that is the mantra of your group. But everything that you've received, everything that you've gotten, everything that you have is a result of the fucking violence that you've expressed on the globe and continue to do so amongst each other. And you want to bring it motherfucking home. You want to use your fear and contradiction to excuse what you want to do next. Let's not toy with one another. We know what the fuck you want. You want it all. That's what you want. You motherfuckers live in contradiction, fearful. All you want is it all. You want it all. You don't want anyone else to have. And the entitlement of your want, that is a stratospheric number. You want it all and you're entitled to it all. And if you're denied, well, I rue anyone that denies you what you feel you are entitled to as you walk about this country wrapped in contradiction and fear, feeding on it. That's what I'm looking at. And it's got you by the throats and you're ready to kill each other behind the contradictions and the fear. You can't stop eating. You can't stop feeding. You can't stop sticking your snot nose in the trough of endless fear served hot, warm, cold, any way you like it. And pretty soon, as you begin to act out your fears and express your anger and your violence, you then begin to turn your attention toward Negroes who are the center of your fucking fear and contradiction. You tell us all day that you are powerful and superior and that you are this and you are thus. And you act as an individual afraid of an exit that is most certain. Your contradictions and feeding on fear will be your goddamned demise. I guarantee it. Scripture says so. Prophecy says so. Your time is nearly up. Okay, that's about it. I think that is it. Right? Yeah, good. 6:10. What? 10 minutes of just me droning on and on and on and on. That's all you need. You don't need too much more. Not on a Friday fucking night, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, Hebrews. Remember where you came from. Remember how you got here. All of these folks walking contradictions, feeding on fear. The one thing that you must stand firm on is the understanding of how you arrived in this place surrounded by these beings who would otherwise walk about seeming normal, even-headed, level, but a trigger, anything, might set off the terror, and that terror directed toward Negroes. And if you don't believe me, look at the fucking numbers. All I do is just tell you to stay on alert. Understand we are not on friendly territory. We didn't get here on our own free will. We're not voluntarily here, ready to do. We didn't come here looking for the hope that America offers to others. No, we came here in chains. Did you ever let them let you forget how the fuck you got here? All right, I think that covers it. Well, whatever. So, you know the drill. You know what I do. I look up black news. And tonight, my ladies, my gentlemen, my Hebrews, my family, I have a cornucopia of news that's set on tabs, ready to go. I just need a little coffee. All right. How's everybody's Friday? Hope everybody's good. Everybody pay attention to Katrina. Katrina is the moderator. Just the woman that I depend on to keep the riffraff out of the room while we Hebrews talk, while we discuss. We don't need foreign ears in our fucking conversations. If you don't like what I'm saying, I invite you to get the fuck out. I'm more than likely to hurt your goddamn feelings on a moment's notice, and I just don't give a fuck. Now let's talk about what the fuck's going on. Why do I talk about black news? Why? I'll tell you why. The reason I peruse black news for yous is to get that goddamned grin off your faces. And let me tell you, it don't belong there. It never did. I encourage Hebrews, Negroes, those trapped here against their will, brought here against their own volition. I always encourage you to walk about this penal colony for Negroes without a goddamn smile on your fucking faces. Now you try it out. You see how you're received without a smile. You see what they do, what they ask, what they check your fucking temperature. Try to figure out why you're not appeasing the masses, why your Negro warmth isn't available for all to view and take in. No, I deny you that today. One of you decided to drive 200 miles and kill 10 of us. You get no smile from me today. What do I do to encourage you to get that goddamn shit-eating grin off your goddamn face? I read the news. I bring the fucking receipts. They're everywhere. And they're enough to curdle your mental toes. So let's get the fuck at it. Here we go. All right, you know what I do. I just, black news, MSN, search engine. I don't know. And it gives me its fucking pay dirt every fucking time I do this. Here we go. First things first. California land taken from black couple returned to heirs. And the heirs are like, fuck you. If I could wake them up momentarily to know that you gave the descendants of the motherfuckers the land that they took from you in the 20s, I'm pretty sure all of the motherfuckers that own the land would give a solid fuck off to you doing that. I'm just saying, nobody gives a fuck. That counts. Moving on. Next, Doug Rising Show. Hey, the Doug Rice. I want a big band, you know. I'm Doug Rice. Somebody, anybody, I don't know. All right, you're giving land back. Thanks. Moving the fuck on. Supreme Court, this is interesting. Listen to this. The Supreme Court blocks creation of a second mostly black congressional district in Louisiana for 2022. Now, I need you to understand first, they tried to erase the single black district. This is about the vote that you love to give them so much for so little. This is about you putting folks in office who don't give a fuck about you and have said in a laughing way that they would not do anything exclusively for you before you voted them into office to do that not for you thing. Okay? So now they've got a Supreme Court made up of right-wing religious nuts who want this country to be a country made up of, well, Christian right-wing nationalists. Now they've denied a second congressional district in Louisiana for 2022 because basically, fuck you! And they mean that shit. But you know what's going to happen? Every one of you is going to give your damn vote to one of these clowns. And all they're going to do is take your vote, go to office, get a pension for the rest of their life, and do absolutely nothing for you, which is the status fucking quo. Enjoy. Let's continue. Boom! Moving on. All right, what do we got? Crump to represent Randy Cox, black man hurt in police van. So motherfuckers hurt in the police van. And here come Mr. Crump, questionable Negro, because he does look like a Hamite. Oh, yeah, I said it. Ben Crump now is going to lead the fight. Randy, I mean, let me ask you a question. Have they cloned this dude or something? Because it seems like there's 10 of this dude. He can be anywhere a Negro gets in harm's way or is hurt. And I've never seen him move so fast when one of us is murdered. He's instantly there with the last breath out, and he's on the scene talking to the family about the death and how much he expects to get. Okay, just moving on. We'll just leave that one alone. I don't like dude. Give me a fucking break. Here we go. Marlon Briscoe, first black quarterback, I guess one of the most prominent figures. He died Monday, 76, first black quarterback, I suppose, and now he died. So he made a headline being the first black quarterback, I guess, and now he's made a headline upon his death. This is the reward. This is the award. This is the fucking statue that they give you when you're the first black anything. They give you a few lines of print in some obscure goddamn newspaper somewhere. And upon your fucking death, that's what you're handed. That, another reminder that you were the first black and got nothing for it except being the first black. And you know what they won't say about being the first black anything? The fucking horror story of being the first black anything back in the 50s. They hold it up as this badge of honor that we should look up to. An example of black courage in the face of white terror, right? But you don't want to point out that. You just want to say you're the first black dude to do something in the 50s. That was really good. No, your fucking grandfather didn't fucking think so, motherfucker. So take first black and shove it up your fucking asses on both ends of the spectrum when it happens and when they die. I don't fucking need to hear it. Jesus, it's just ridiculous. All right. Oh, I don't know who that was, so I'm not going to do that. Sorry. Hey, South Africa risks race war, stoking xenophobia, opposition women. So, race wars all around. Just race wars everywhere. Everybody just get ready, prepared for this whole race war, this whole made-up construct of race. They're going to have a war about it. Some made-up shit. They're going to fucking fight over some shit. Or fucking rainbow. Colors. Supposedly representative of people. And they're going to have a war over that shit. And do you know who wants to be on top of the race war? Who wants to come out on top? I don't know. I mean, you don't think... Let me ask you a question. Y'all don't think there's a problem with Eastern and Western Europeans and their descendants? Y'all don't think there may be maybe y'all look into this shit. Maybe, no, I'm just fucked up, no. I'm looking at what they're doing, the shit they're expressing, the sentiment, the attitude, the character, the opinions, the fear. And it's all steeped around this made-up construct called race that put them on top and us at the bottom, which seems at this point to be useless now. Somebody has to be considering the construct of race useless. And so now it looks like it's going away, with those leading the race going first. And that's bad. And even if it isn't true, the fact that some of them think it's true, that's even fucking worse. Because you can't really fuck with a thought. You can't say, well, it's not happening because here are the facts, because they don't give a fuck about facts. The guy that drove 200 miles and wrote a manifesto about replacement theory, he didn't give a fuck about facts. He did what he fucking did. And there's more of that shit coming. Somebody sees the forest for the trees. But I drift. All right, let's continue. It's going to be a long show. Man pummeled with brass knuckles in Harlem sidewalk brawl video. It was brutal. I just wanted to mention that. Moving on. I just thought, oh! Here's one. Whoopi Goldberg! Whoopi Goldberg warns Clarence Thomas, you better hope they don't come for you. Oh, she's ready to talk now. Oh, Whoopi ready to talk now, huh? Whoopi ready to tell what the fuck they did to her to check her all upside down her head, huh? Huh? And you know what she's doing? She's warning Clarence Thomas, as I've warned you, she now knows they don't give a fuck about Negroes on either side. And Whoopi found that out the hard way. And now she's warning Clarence Thomas, you better hope they don't come for you. I bet they put Whoopi through hell. I mean, she even messed with that dude, Ted Danson, didn't she? Didn't he dress in blackface while they were going to a costume party? Or am I just remembering too fucking much? Look at you sold yourself, Whoopi. You made yourself a caricature for them. And they cast you aside, tossed you away. And you're warning Clarence Thomas, Chief Thomas, that they'll do the same for him. Bring it in. Get ready to bring it in. I'll be glad when Hebrews come to the realization of these folks that support them supporting the narrative don't support them at all. And it's going to be a rude awakening for so many Negroes steeped in caucasity like a tea bag. You know, you got to shake the goddamn shit off of them in order to put them back into the fold. But I'll take every fucking one of them back. Whoopi, I want them all back. Candace Owens, bring it in. We need every fucking one of you. You'll come to your senses. Whoopi came to hers, and I hope she leads the way for Negroes to bring it in. I do. All right. I like that one. Let's continue. Fighting is allowed, even celebrated in baseball and hockey, but not in basketball and football. You know why. I just thought I wanted to read that. Karan J. Phillips wrote that 6 hours ago. You're damn right. They won't let us fight, will they? That'll show too much of what we're capable of. God awful. Woman says Arkansas church turned her away because she was black. Well, of course it did. Why the fuck you need? What you trying to do? What you doing? You walked up. Let me tell you, the most segregated hour in America is high noon Sunday. James Baldwin said that. And she tried to walk her narrow ass up in one of their church, and they told her to get her ass away from it. Boy, look at here, look at here. When the chickens come home to roost up in this motherfucker Negroes, You're going to be feeling pretty good, I can tell you right now, because they're going to pay for all this shit they do to us. You better consider that. We are set apart by the Most High God of all creation. You don't see how we're treated. You don't see how Negroes are regarded globally. You don't see the vitriol, the hatred, the malevolence. You don't see the malice. You don't see the fear. Everywhere we go, the wonder. They wait for us to do something. They question. I saw a brother land in Afghanistan. I thought he wasn't going to make it. Negroes, very unique on this planet, and they know who the fuck we are, too. Continue. All right, here we go. Not enough chicken leads to gunfire at anniversary party. Okay, I'm not even going to discuss who attended the party or the people involved. We already fucking know. How to spend 48 hours in black-owned St. Louis, Missouri. St. Louis, Missouri is black-owned. No, there are a lot of businesses in St. Louis, Missouri that are black-owned. I found this out. Hallelujah! Thank goodness. Thought I'd just headline that. There you go. Moving on. Here's one. You'll love this. Scientists say artificial intelligence is turning out racist and sexist. Well, of course it is. The programmers are white males. The fuck else did they think was going to happen? So now the fear is Negroes are not only going to just have to fear white males, we have to now fear the artificial intelligence created by these motherfuckers because they don't like Negroes. We're just not winning. We're just not. Are you telling me that AI doesn't like Negroes? What does that tell you? Didn't I tell you the things they fucking with don't like us? Now they're creating shit that don't like. What in the fuck? How good does it get to be a Negro? Don't you love it? Boy, I'll tell you. All right, moving on. I don't even know what to say. Sam Jackson slams Uncle Clarence Thomas for hypocrisy on interracial marriage. And when Sam slam you, boy, you get slammed. Moving on. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. Moving on. Donald Trump threw his lunch against the wall after Attorney General Bill Barr said there was no widespread election fraud. They want him to be president again. And he's not too fond of Negroes. Moving on. Well, this is interesting. When is it time to leave America? About right motherfucking now, if you can afford it and get the fuck out. Okay. I'll try to quicken the pace. Everybody just relax. Okay, so Neil Gorsuch, Supreme Court Justice, he says to non-Christian kids who don't want prayer in public school, get over it. Which just goes to show you just how out of control caucasity really is in this religiously crazed and cracked up country. It's ridiculous now. So, and he's a religious nut, Supreme Court judge. It's prayer. What is going on? What's going on? Okay, continuing. What else? Teen shot in face while leaving her own birthday party. I don't even know what to say on that one. Moving on. Bobert, I'm sorry, I'm just reading good shit, says she's tired of separation between church and state. And she says, Lauren Bobert, who has her hands on the levers of government, she says the church is supposed to direct the government. Well, folks, that's the news. It's not just the black news, but it's the news for you to peruse. And why do I do this shit? You know! Because I don't want you walking around grinning. I don't necessarily want you available, is what I feel just for safety's sake that all of us need to keep our head on a fucking swivel and a grin off our goddamned faces. Look like you have business. Not like you're inviting a conversation. Because these motherfuckers are always ready to speak when you show yourself open to be spoken to. And you never know what's coming out their fucking mouth. And why do they want to talk to you in the first place? That's the problem. So many of us have a problem just exuding the mind your business vibe. Because we want to be accommodating, we want to be nice, we want to be Negro. But that time is not now. There are enemies all around us every day ad infinitum, and they are agitated, angry, and armed. And you don't know what it is that's on their weak-ass minds that might in some way, shape, or form threaten your existence at any given moment for the sole fact that you are who you are, a member of the royal family. Can you imagine being killed for something so amazing as being a Negro? That's why they're killing you. This is why you got to go behind that a little bit. You mean you don't like us to the point that you'd rather see us dead than exist in your orbit, in your presence. And that, my friends, is a psychosis because it's directed specifically at us for a specific reason. And so, I leave you there. Friday. I don't know what you're going to do. You might go out. Who knows, right? It is Friday, right? Friday, right? You motherfuckers, stay home. This ain't a place to fucking party. This ain't a place to show your natural asses. Have you lost your minds? If you take just a moment and you consider what you represent, that is the threat. What you represent. You represent a history, a knowledge, a knowing. You represent a group of individuals who God himself has set apart for special possession to do a special thing at a special time. That's coming, folks. And maybe that's the knowledge that's driving men mad. Who knows? I don't know. Either way, get the grin off your face, that's all. All right? All right. All right, I gotta go. 6:30, I've done enough. I've said enough. It's over. Friday, you want to go out anyway. I know you want to get your groove on. Right. I'm going to let you do it. Go on about your goddamn business. Get out. You fuck. You know, you want to go. But listen. Before you decide to step out there, you go from point A to point B, and you look like you got some fucking sense on your face. You hear me? You don't be skinning. Don't be grinning. Don't be stepping, don't be fetching, don't be accommodating, don't be available. Get to where you need to go unfettered, unmolested, unfucked with. There's one protection that might help. I'm going to give it to you right now. All you got to do to protect yourself from the constant threat, the bombardment of caucasity, on the faces of Negroes everywhere. The only recourse you have is one I give freely. I mean, they'll take donations, but the point is, if you want to survive, your chances will grow exponentially if you do one thing. And go with me on this, folks. Just get that goddamn grin off your faces. Now, you're ready for the world.